Hi, I'm Gabrielle Rasmarquette, and I'm the CUPE National Researcher for the Maritimes.
Hi, I'm Aditya, and I'm the CUPE Human Rights Rep for the Maritimes. We're here to talk to you about the current negotiations between the CUPE Centralized bargaining team and the government of New Brunswick.
CUPE members have faced a decade of low to no wage increases, and recently, up to half a decade with no wage increases. This was followed by a global pandemic during which CUPE members worked on the front line while putting themselves and their families at risk. That's why the union's starting demand of 20% for 4 years or 5% per year is very reasonable. We'll spend the next few minutes going over what a 5% increase represents.
Let's start by picking an hourly wage that is representative of CUPE members that work for the government in this province. We've ordered all of the CUPE members' hourly wages from lowest to highest. The median starting wage is the hourly wage in the middle of the pack, and it is $21.58.
A 5% per year increase would bring the median wage to $22.66. That's an increase of $1.08. Before we go any further, we need to consider the increase in cost of living, or inflation, as measured by the Consumer Price Index, or what we refer to as CPI. Inflation plays a role in how much real wages someone takes home. Now, some CUPE members have been out of a contract for more than 1,500 days. So let's use the CPI increase between the year 2017 and 2018 as an example. Between 2017 and 2018, CPI in New Brunswick increased by 2.13%. That means that CUPE members' hourly wage for that year would only really increase by 2.87% in real wages, or 62 cents. The cost of living has chewed down the 5% wage increase.
Now let's talk about dollars and cents. How much new money per week would this CUPE member bring home with a 5% increase per year? Well, let's say this CUPE member works 37 hours per week. This member will bring home $39.92 more per week before tax with a 5% increase. We need to consider tax deductions and credits. This member now makes $43,595.92 per year, which means that their federal tax rate is 15% and provincial tax rate is 9.68%. If we use an average tax rate for this member, which includes credits, we can deduct 22.2% of this gross new income, which gives us $31.06.
This CUPE member knows that they need to budget their new increases. Let's say they divide this $31.06 by 7 days for the week. That's $4.44 a day. That is not even enough to buy a bag of apples, which goes about $6.99. Also, it's enough to buy a 2 liter of milk at $3.49 or a loaf of bread at $2.99, but not both.
Well, there's more than one CUPE member in New Brunswick, approximately 22,000 in fact, from across all departments spanning education, healthcare, social development, justice and public safety, transportation and infrastructure, tourism, and much more. The government said that a 20% wage increase over 4 years would cost the government an extra $158 million per year. For 2021-2022, the expense budget for New Brunswick was around $10.6 billion with a B dollars. $158 million of $10.6 billion, the total expenses for the province represents only 1.49%. To illustrate the difference between 1 million and 1 billion, 1 million seconds is 11 days, but 1 billion seconds is 31.6 years.
Provincial budgets are a matter of political will and political choice. The government recently made many choices that tell us they have money. They just choose not to spend it on workers. The Higgs government has refused to collect $379 million in royalties on wood. They have given $100 million to wealthy pulp and paper mills to cover their energy bills. They left hundreds of millions in property taxes on the table by assessing property values of corporations as being lower than they actually are, and they have even given $250,000 to a yacht club. Meanwhile, the government refuses to spend an additional 1.5% on frontline essential workers who have kept this province going during the pandemic. Does that seem reasonable to you?